Just doing some cartwheels out here. What is up, people? It is me, Monster50, and welcome back to another episode of Super Mario Galaxy. In the previous part, we ended up going to Toy Time Galaxy and got it complete. We finished all the comet missions and even the secret mission, and today it is time for us to head to Bowser Jr.'s Lava. Juniors. I didn't even know if that was Bostonia or if that was New York. Bowser Jr.'s Lava Reactor, King Caliente's Spicy Return. Yeah, it's kind of underwhelming. King Caliente does get an upgrade here, but it's not that insane. Like, it's cool, but it's really not crazy. This is going to be a pretty short episode, all things considered. So my apologies for that in advance, but end the week on a good note by ending off with Dome, so can't complain about that too much. Got these mini Goombas, even though they really aren't mini. We have these cages. You're going to have to get a bullet bill over, and that guy just fell into oblivion. There's the bullet bill. Oh! That's a great start to the episode. Gotta love that. We're not even going to cut that out. Alright, there we go. There's the bullet bill. Come on, man. Follow me, bud. I think so there's the 1-up. There is our launch star. I think this would have been more interesting if there was really a lot more beyond just the King Caliente fight. I mean, there kind of is, but it's not even really all that much, to be honest with you. We'll grab the health extension just to be safe. Got these guys again. Boom and boom. Very nice. And I believe this will take us right to King Caliente. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. This is very cool. Yeah, it takes us right to King Caliente. Alright. If I give any more grand stars, my dad's gonna get mad. So this calls for my ultimate weapon. Give him some heat, King Caliente. Your ultimate weapon that got wrecked. Alright, man. King Caliente comes back with a darker complexion than he did before. And now he starts off by hitting the coconut's back, I believe. So, it's also a little bit more difficult because of the sinking platforms, but not too bad. Alright, got that. Not too bad. Alright, he's going to, yeah, get those. I hate these enemies. Oh, of course, he hit it. And of course, I hate these blue guys. I always forget their name. I hate them. Oh my god, I hate it when he hits it over to the, like... Got him. Okay, nice. And I think there's one more. I think this is the last one. He's gonna get all these guys again. Boom! There we go. Okay. We are good to go. And there we go! Probably the least difficult grand star to get. And then because of that, these platforms do not sink anymore. So, alrighty folks. Very easy Bowser Galaxy. Probably the easiest one that we have. And so, without further ado, folks, let's collect our grand star. And we go from darkish blue to very light blue, close to white. And we opened a new part of the galaxy. Or, a new part of the Comet Observatory, excuse me. Got a star, King Caliente, Spicy Return. Very nice. Completed the galaxy. Discover a new galaxy, and we got a lot of stuff. You can see a bunch of new galaxies in the garden, which is the new dome, and a bunch of purple comets. But we're actually going to be skipping the purple comets because we are going to be doing the Hungry Luma mission of the engine dome and getting that out of the way. Now, there is something also I think that will supplement this episode that I'll end up probably showing, and that's actually in here. It's called the library, and we'll probably end up doing that this episode because since this episode is going to be relatively short, given the fact that all we have left is the Hungry Luma. I think it's either this episode or next episode I'll show it off. Hey, get up there. Goodness me, why did the spin so quick? But with that, there's the Hungry Luma right behind the engine dome, so we're going to go over to him. Yeah, the engine dome, not one of my favorite domes. Toy Time is a nice one. I like Bonefin Galaxy, but other than that, the other two aren't really a big fan of. Alright, hey you, yeah, you got any tasty starbits? If you feed me a bunch of starbits, I'll burst into with snacky happiness and then transform. I'm famished. I need 1,000 starbits to curb the hunger pangs. Shouldn't be bad. Have more than enough. Come on. Now he's chunky. Stuffed. Here we go. Transform. Boom. And folks, welcome to Sand Spiral Galaxy. Probably one of my least favorite of the Hungry Lumas because sand mechanics in this game suck pee-pee. So, choosing a favorite snack. So, actually no, this one actually isn't bad. This one's fine. Okay, so you can go through this as either Boo Mario or Boo Mario or Bee Mario. You can pick your poison, whichever works. Both have hazards. Honestly prefer Boo. I think it was Bee. I can't remember even which one I usually prefer, but it's really not that hard either way. I think actually, did you do as Bee or Boo? I think Bee. I think I prefer Bee Mario here. Either or is very applicable. I just think Bee Mario. You have a lot more flexibility because you don't have to really worry about where you're flying necessarily. Just worried about getting to where you want to fly. And never mind. Just a little bit short there. It's annoying. And the Magic Koopa doesn't make anything helpful either. Or we can just do Boo and Bee. That also works. I guess we could do it as both, right? No one said I couldn't. And obviously you guys can't tell me different. Come on. Just a little bit further. Nice! Actually not bad at all. And then this is very awkward. So you have to collect this star, and then you have to run towards the center. The obvious part would be to run along the entire edge of this, but honestly, you can just do this. Oh, I almost killed myself there. Come on. Come on, run. I think right here I can long jump. Yeah, very easy. I know I circumvented the whole puzzle, but easy star. Not too bad at all. Alrighty. Not too bad at all. It's actually better that we probably did it with both. You can see the disadvantages and advantages of both, of going with either form. So not too bad, though. But I think to end off the episode, we're going to head off to the library, and we will be doing something here because since we just unlocked, so if you look at the map here, or if you look up here, right, where is it? I think you can see it from here, maybe? Yeah, right over here. This area. We unlock this area, and this area is very important because we need this area to get the star. Basically, that will take us back to the first planet that we landed on when, at the beginning of the game. And so, because of that, I believe that all of the chapters of what we will say is the storybook are now available to us, and that is circumvented by the fact that the gate has now unlocked, which is what it's called. So, for those of you who do not want to see this, you can skip right to the end. I'll give you a timestamp right now. You guys can skip right to the end. But if you do decide to stay, so for those of you who decide to leave, next time at Super Mario Galaxy, we'll be heading to the garden, starting off things there. So, I thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. Please like, comment, rate, and subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Also, follow me in the socials. Those will be linked in the description below. And with that, guys, once again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this episode, and I'll catch you on the next one. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Peace. Alright, for those of you who decided to stay, let's head into the library while I narrate. Ooh.
Let us begin.
Chapter 1, The Celestial Duo. Our story begins a very, very long time ago with a young girl. One day this girl spotted a rusted spaceship holding a small star child. "What's your name? Are you lost?" the girl asked the star child. I'm Luma, and I'm waiting for Mama. She's coming for me on the comet," said the star child, who had been waiting day and night. "Don't worry, I'll wait with you," the little girl promised Luma. At nightfall, the little girl borrowed her father's telescope and peered into the sky. She looked and looked, but saw nothing. Hours turned into days and then years, but still the sky revealed nothing. Finally, the little girl sighed and said to Luma, "If we stay here looking much longer, I'll be an old lady soon." But then she had an idea. "Why don't we go out there and find your mother ourselves?" The girl and Luma fixed up the rusty spaceship, and the two set sail into the starry sky. And this is how the search for their celestial mother began. Chapter 2, Starbits. Days passed with no sight of the comet or even a single planet. Instead, asteroids extended for as far as the eye could see. "If I'd known it was going to take this long, I would have packed more jam," said the little girl above the rumble of her belly. Before they left, she had packed all the essentials: telescope, butterfly net, a stuffed bunny, bread, milk, jam, and apricot-flavored tea, but "I forgot to bring water." At this, Luma burst into gales of laughter, and the girl began to pout. "As long as I have star bits, I'll be fine," said Luma. "Want some?" The little girl couldn't stay mad after hearing this. Stay mad. Luma continued to laugh, and the girl couldn't help but join in. "Alright, maybe just a nibble." Leaning out of the ship, the pair began to collect starbits with the girl's net. They almost fell out a few times, but they kept on collecting. The starbits tasted like honey. Chapter 3, The Comet. A beam of light pierced through the ship's window. Thinking it was the morning sun, the girl peered through the window, only to find a turquoise-blue comet shimmering at her. The little girl shook the sleeping Luma awake and shouted excitedly, "We have to get to that comet!" The pair descended on the comet and found that it was made of ice. They looked high and low, but Luma's mother was nowhere to be found. Exhausted, the little girl sat down with a flop, utterly unable to take another step. Look! Peering down at the icy ground where Luma was pointing, the girl suddenly noticed clusters of starbits encased in ice. "Pretty good, huh? Finding starbits is my specialty," said Luma, beaming. "There's ice here, but it's so warm. I'll bet there's water here, too." The two decided to stay on the comet for a while. Riding the turquoise comet, the pair continued their search for Luma's mother. Chapter 4, The Dream. One night, the girl dreamed about her own mother. "Where are you going?" she asked, her mother's retreating back. Without turning, her mother replied, "Don't fret, dearest. I'm not going anywhere. I'm always watching over you, like the sun in the day and the moon in the night." A wave of sadness washed over the girl. "What about when it rains, and I can't see the sun or moon?" Her mother thought for a moment before responding. "I will turn into a star in the clouds and wait for your tears to dry." When she awoke, the girl's face was damp with tears. "You have starbits in your eyes," said Luma to the girl. Wiping her face, the girl replied, "These are tears, not starbits. I'm crying because I'll never see my mother ever again." At this, Luma began to cry too. "Mama, oh mama, wah!" The pair traveled through the starry skies, and though they encountered many other comets, not one of them held Luma's mother. Luma was despondent. "Not now, Luma. The rain clouds won't go away if you keep crying," the girl said, giving Luma a squeeze. "I'll give you a present if you stop." The girl closed her eyes and said gently, "I'll take care of you." With these words, she felt a small spark in her heart. Chapter 5. Home. "The kitchen will go here, and the library will go over there," the girl said busily to herself. "We'll put the gate here." Ever since the girl took Luma under her care, she'd been bustling about at a feverish pace. It's a lot of work, but it's worth it to make a happy home. It turned out that starbits weren't the only things buried in the ice. There were tools and furniture unlike any they had ever seen, and the girl used them to build a home. Looking at the completed house, Luma remarked, "Don't you think it's awfully big for just the two of us? With a library, bedroom, kitchen, fountain, and gate, it was certainly spacious, but still something seemed to be missing." "If only my father, brother, and mother were here," the girl said wistfully. Indeed, the house was too large for its two small residents. That night, clutching her favorite stuffed bunny close to her heart, the girl fell asleep in the starship. Chapter 6. Friends. Then one day, while the girl sat sipping tea, a tiny apricot-colored planet appeared on the horizon. From the planet, another Luma of the same color emerged. "Do you two know each other?" the girl asked the two Lumas gleefully. Despite the girl's excitement, they seemed uneasy. The two Lumas neither drew closer nor backed away from each other. Instead, they just stared. Then one Luma broke the silence. "My mama!" At once, the apricot Luma parroted back, "My mama! My mama! My mama! My mama!" The two Lumas began to dance around the girl frantically, and neither showed any signs of stopping. The girl was so charmed by this adorable scene that she couldn't help but laugh, and that's when something very strange happened. Suddenly, more Lumas began to pop out from the apricot planet. They were all different colors, and they all shouted the same thing, "My mama! My mama!" The sight of all the shouting Lumas only made the girl laugh harder. "What am I going to do with all these children?" The Lumas stared blankly as she doubled over laughing. "I guess we'll have to name each and every one of you." Tomorrow, when she had finished naming them all, she would begin moving all the Lumas into the new house. Chapter 7. The Telescope. After seeing their 100th comet, a sudden thought popped into the girl's head. "I wonder if my home planet still is as blue as it was." That's when she remembered her father's telescope. Peeking into the telescope, a tiny blue dot floated into sight, but it was smaller than the starbit. "How strange. It's so far away, but it feels so close." She twisted the knob of the telescope and the blue dot grew until she could make out a grassy hill dotted with flowers. It seemed very familiar to her. Zooming even closer, a terrace on the hill came into view. "I used to go stargazing there when I lived on my home planet." She remembered rubbing the sleep out of her eyes as she followed her father up that hill to look at the stars. She remembered how she and her brother would sled down that hill. She remembered having picnics with her mother on that hill, on bright and windy days. And I want to go home. I want to go home right now. The girl burst into tears and the Lumas didn't know what to do. I want to go home. I want to go back to my house by the hill. I want to see my mother. The girl was shouting now, her face wet with tears. But I know she's not there. I knew all along that because she wasn't out there in the sky. Because she's sleeping under the tree on the hill. The girl's cries echoed through the stars, and a hush fell over the area. Chapter 8. The Wish. Though usually quite cheery, one day the girl became sad again. Luma drew close and tried to comfort her. Mama, you still have me. And don't be sad about your mama, because she's a part of you. That means she's always close by. It's like me. I love Starbits because they remind me of my mama. No, no, the girl said, unable to stop the tears. A lonely look flickered across Luma's face, but it was soon replaced by a wide grin. I have an idea. I will transform into a comet, a soaring comet that can carry you all on this journey. With that, Luma, trailing bands of white, soared high into the sky, and just as quickly started to plummet back down. Kaboom! Kablam! The ground shook, and a bright light poured out of the crater that the Luma had created. The bands of light twisted together to form a comet tail, and then Luma emerged, reborn as a comet. The girl could scarcely believe her eyes. But how? She kept asking. Our destinies as Lumas is to transform into different things, said a red Luma who had suddenly appeared. Stars, comets, planets, we can become all of these things. When I grow up, I want to become a star that makes someone special smile, said a green Luma. A blue Luma chimed in. That Luma turned into a real cutie of a comet, didn't he? All the Lumas together said, No more crying, Mama. Thank you, said the girl in a whisper, as she pulled the Lumas close and hugged them. From that day on, Starbits no longer fell from the girl's eyes. The comet set forth for the girl's home planet, its long tail blazing proudly behind it. Final chapter. Family. With its many Lumas and telescopes, the comet was quite a sight to behold. The girl and the Lumas were proud to call it home. At a welcoming party for her new Luma, the girl gathered everyone in the kitchen and said in a louder voice than usual, Alright everyone, let's bake a cake! A cake sprinkled with Starbits, and then it will be a star cake! The Lumas excitedly began to gather the ingredients. As she watched the Lumas scurry about, the girl smiled and thought to herself, This is my family now, and I will stay with them until they're ready to leave the nest. And when they do leave, I'll see them off with a smile. Because that's what makes a mother happiest. That night, when the girl laid down to sleep, a soft light enveloped her and reminded her of the blue planet she once called home. But it would be nice to return home once every 100 years to nap in my favorite sleeping book, Nook. The comet carrying the Lumas and the girl continues on its journey to this very day. With more family members in tow that can be counted, it's said that the comet visits the girl's home planet once every 100 years. It's the proud white tail glittering in the sky. The end.
That's all.